Come on in, pull up a chair, and take a load off because today we'll be taking a first look at Terraforming Mars, Ares Expedition, and we'll blast off right after this. Howdy, 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 gang. Welcome once again to the Duct Tape Studios. I'm Jeff McAleer, your host here at the Gaming Gang channel. As I mentioned in the open, we are going to take a first look at Terraforming Mars, Ares Expedition in just a couple of minutes. But first, I want to remind you, we are in the midst of the Gaming Gang October Spooktacular 2021. And that means every day you're going to find a brand new tabletop gaming related video over at thegaminggang.com. And of course, that also means right here on the Gaming Gang YouTube channel. Could be a first look like today's video, or a review, or if it's Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, it's my live stream, the Gaming Gang Dispatch, as I bring you the latest in tabletop gaming news and first looks at tabletop games. That's at 7 p.m. Central, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Now, every evening through October at 9 p.m. Central, come join me as I host this spooky old-time radio broadcast, which is guaranteed to put a chill down your spine. If you're looking for some extra Halloween fun, by all means, swing on over to thegaminggang.com. All right, that said, today I'm taking a first look at Terraforming Mars, Ares Expedition. It is from FryxGames and Stronghold Games, designed by Jacob Frizilius. I think that's how it's pronounced. I think it's pronounced Frizilius. Sydney Engelstein and Nick Little, with artwork provided by Bill Bricker, Garrett Cada, Neo Mendoza, Justine Norchier, Naomi Robinson, and Andre Steff. The game is for 1 to 4 players, ages 14 and up, plays in around 45 to 60 minutes. And the edition we're taking a look at is the Target exclusive right now. It does carry an MSRP of $39.99. So let's swing on over to the other camera because here I've got Terraforming Mars, Ares Expedition. All right, full disclosure. I already shot an unboxing video, took the shrink wrap off, took a peek through, getting ready to process the video, and there's absolutely no audio. So I'm shooting this again. So this isn't a true unboxing, but it is a first look. So I gotta say, I am a huge fan of Terraforming Mars. Love the game. The gang loves the game as well. I'm really excited to see this new card game edition because setup time is going to be much quicker. Playtime is supposed to be much quicker as well. And I'm going to take a guess. This will probably be a lot easier for first-time players to grasp than some of the complexities of Terraforming Mars. So let's take a look at the back here. In this time of unprecedented prosperity and advancement for humankind, we are finally ready to expand beyond what once were considered our limits and make a new home among the stars. Ares Expedition is a card game where you take control of an interplanetary corporation with the mission to make Mars habitable. Will you lead humanity's new era? Nice. All right, let's jump on in. So there were a few things I already noticed that were very, very cool about this. I'll be the first to point out, I'm not real sure what exactly the other edition that's coming in November that carries a $49.99 MSRP is like. I think it has player boards that have cutouts, that it's recessed so that your cubes and that don't move around. I think that's what's included in that. Obviously enough, somebody can let me know in the comments section exactly what the difference might be. Have to point out, I actually purchased this over at Target. Ever since my good pal Stephen Bonacore left Stronghold Games, it's been kind of hit or miss, and that's okay. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. But I didn't want to have to be like, oh, could I get a review copy? So I just went and picked it up. So right there, that's going to tell you how much I really like Terraforming Mars. Because if you follow the gaming gang, you know the vast majority of the games that I do first looks at and reviews of and things like that are provided by the publisher. Since this was not provided by the publisher, you already know that I don't accept any sort of compensation to share my thoughts about games. So obviously enough, there's absolutely no chance that happened here. So let's jump on in. Okay, so one of the first things I thought was kind of cool is the rule book actually has a linen finish to it. It really does. So this is going to hold up to a lot of play. If you accidentally spill something on it, you can easily wipe it off real quick. It's not going to stain. It's not going to ruin the rule book. Pretty short to the point. We've got examples all throughout. Few of the things I noticed right away. The game board, of course, the surface of the planet is much, much smaller than it is in Terraforming Mars. We get a card anatomy breakdown, talking about the player boards or resources. Resources are the same. So we got the mega credits, heat, plants, other resources as well. We do have forest victory points, ocean tiles. We track phases. So once again, I really don't know what's going on with this game. I just cracked it open, realized the video had no sound, and I'm reshooting it. But I think that unlike Terraforming Mars, we may not necessarily play every phase. So I think you have to play cards in order to actually perform those phases. So we've got like development, we've got production. So we've got a breakdown of the gameplay. We've got the planning step, the resolve phases step, and then we've got the end step. So it goes development phase, construction phase, action phase, production phase, and research phase. One of the things that I noticed going through the cards in the first video was that the art style is much more uniform. It is less kind of mashup hodgepodge as we had in the original Terraforming Mars. I'm really glad to see that because that was a knock that a lot of people had on the game, including me. I was like, the art style is just all over the place. Not so with this. That's just a breakdown of each of the phases, what's going on. Talking about symbols throughout. The end of the game, end of the game's triggered when all 9 ocean tiles have been flipped blue side up and the temperature is at +8 Celsius and the oxygen level is 14%. You're going to put out, score your victory points. I think you only finish the current phase you're in. If there's other phases that were planned, you will not actually perform those phases. You're just going to finish the phase that you're in. So all the players get to finish that phase, and that's going to be the end. That's when you're going to total up your victory points. If there's a tie, the players are going to count up the most heat, MC, mega credits, and plant resources added together. Whoever's got the most is going to be the winner. We got 2-player co-op mode and solo rules. Sweet. I really enjoy Terraforming Mars Solitaire. It is a truly challenging design. It is not easy to do well playing Solitaire. So we've got the rule book. Then we've got a quick start guide, which also has a linen finish to it. I thought, cool, that is very nice. So just kind of giving us a quick breakdown, what's going on, without having to go through all of the rules. I'm going to take a stab in the dark, just like Terraforming Mars. This is probably best learned by an individual, play a little solo, get a feel for it, and then be able to teach it to other players, as opposed to everybody just taking a turn at the rule book. So we've got a couple of punch boards with different tiles. So these are the ocean tiles. I think these are the bonus forest tiles. So that's before we have ocean, just like so. This is the phase tracking tiles. Looks like we've got some other forest tiles. I wonder if these represent 5 of the forest victory points, because these are victory points that you're gaining here. Next up, we've got the player boards. There are 4, and you guessed it, these also have a linen finish, as I'm trying to pull the last one out. Now, as you can see, this isn't recessed. And like I said, I think that's the big deal with the $49.99 MSRP edition as opposed to this Target edition. So, dual-sided. So we've got the surface of Mars and then the player boards, which are going to be like that, just like so. You know what? I'm going to zoom in. Give you a little better look at this. And of course, they're all identical. There we go. Then we've got our game board. This is a pretty compact, easily transportable game as well. Although I got to say, the box has some heft. The box does have some heft to it. So there we've got that. And just a little extra jazz. I always like when companies do something with the back of the game boards and that, as opposed to just being blank. All right, so we've got a bit of an insert. So that's cool as well. So we've got our various different resources. We've got a couple of extra baggies. We have dividers for the different decks of cards. There are 3 decks of cards that I saw. We'll take a quick peek at those as well. So one of the aspects that I also thought was very cool, I was very happy to see, was with these resources in the original Terraforming Mars, they were plastic cubes that had a metallic paint on them and that flaked off pretty easily, especially along the edges. Now these are solid plastic. So bronze, silver, gold. Then we've got some other colored cubes as well. So we've got red, blue, yellow, and green. Pretty standard stuff there. And we also have little player aid cards. So I'll take a stab that we've got 4 of them in there. I don't need to open that up. I'm sure there's 4. So let's take a look at some of these cards. Let me grab these out. Hey, at least you don't have to sit there while I tear the plastic off of them, the plastic wrap off. All right, so we've got, these are project cards, and I believe there's 208 of them. Okay, so we'll take a look at a few of those. We're not going to look at all of them. These were the corporation cards, and then these are the phase cards. So each player is going to get 5. So we've got research, we've got production, we've got action, we've got construction, and we've got development. So each of the players will get those 5 cards. Then we've got the corporations. So we've got T-Raptor, Interplanetary Cinematics, Inventrix, Credicore, the Mining Guild, Thorgate, Phobolog, Saturn Systems, Ecoline, Hellion. We have the United Nations Mars Initiative and the Tharsis Republic. So it's going to give us a special ability. It also tells us how many mega credits we're going to start off with for each of these corporations. I like the fact that we've got 12. It's a 4-player game, up to 4 players. So we've got some variety here. A lot of times with some of these games, 4 players, you'd get like 5. So I do like the fact that we've got a dozen of them. And it kind of gives me an idea of the projects. Building Industries, Fuel Factory, Miranda Resorts, CEO's favorite project, Underground City, IO Mining Industries, Callisto Penal Mines, and you'll notice we have different color codes on them as well. Of course, that's the cost. You're going to need to have that many mega credits to pay for it. So just kind of give you an idea. One aspect that I thought was very cool. Now, I did not look at all of the cards in the other video, but I did look at quite a few, and it appears they are all unique, which I definitely dig. I like that fact with Terraforming Mars that that was the case there as well. So that you really felt like it's like, wow, we're, my corporation's taking on this project and no one else is taking this on. I definitely like that. So, as I mentioned, we've got 208 of these project cards. So, in essence, all of these cards are the project cards. All right, so let's put everything back together here. I like the insert too, so that everything's not flying all over the place, just with a box bottom tossed in there. Let's put that in there as well. So we got the cards, the 3 different decks. We got the dividers. We've got the little player aid cards. We've got our resources and cubes, as well as our planet board. We've got our player boards, 4 of those. A couple of punch boards with the tiles. Our quick start guide, as well as the rule book. And that's what we find when we take everything from Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition outside the box. So swing on over to the other camera. I'm excited. I really am. I'm really looking forward to playing this. In fact, I am going to be at a convention, a very small convention this weekend, and I'm bringing this with. Hopefully, maybe get an opportunity to play it. And who knows? I know there's a lot of open gaming going on, so fingers crossed. I'm bringing some different stuff. And of course, I will have a review of Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition in the very near future. All right, that is it for this time out. If you like this video, by all means, please give it a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel if you haven't already. And if you do subscribe, ding that bell. It'll not only let you know when I upload videos such as this, it'll also tell you when my live stream, the Gaming Gang Dispatch, airs Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Central, right here on YouTube, as I bring you the latest in tabletop gaming news and first looks at tabletop games. Of course, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com for all the latest in gaming news, reviews, and a whole lot more. You know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. Once again, I'm Jeff McAleer. Thank you so much for taking some time out to watch this video. And until I see you next time, here's hoping each and every one of you gets to enjoy plenty of great gaming with your own gang. Oh, you're still here. Well, while you're kicking it, how about subscribing to the Gaming Gang channel? Or seeing the latest episode of the Gaming Gang Dispatch? Or finding out what YouTube recommends you check out here at my channel? And of course, don't forget, get your geek on at thegaminggang.com.